Okay, we're all in, hopefully. So welcome, everybody. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. It'd be really, really good to hear your name, where you're based, and what brings you here. Um, what what you do, maybe just very briefly, so that I can kind of feel into who you are and why you're here today. And just come as you're ready. And if you don't feel like talking, just share in the chat.
I can start. My name's Pavan. Lovely to meet everyone. I'm here because I currently work as a leadership coach and I work shamanically with people one-on-one and in groups. And I currently don't have a website. So I thought I would discover a bit more about Nora's world and websites. And it's lovely to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Pavan.
Hello, I'll go if it's okay. My name's Kelly. I'm based in the UK currently, and I've been a hands-on healer for about 5 years, and I'm kind of venturing into a different modality, doing divine healing and soul contract work. So I've come here through Nicholas Narn. And yeah, so I just feel like my current website is probably not meeting me where I am at the moment. It's a website that I've kind of created on my own. I like the hands-on ability. However, I know that there's more behind creating what I'd like people to experience. And so, yeah, I just like to see what's available.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly, and welcome.
You're on mute, Michael.
See, I'm a technological retard, and there's the proof of it. So
Well,
that's why I'm here.
you're
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. Just to try and go into this mystery of websites and things like that, which seems to be quite popular these days. So I think I better catch up with the times. So that's why I'm here. Yeah.
Thanks, Michael. And what do you do and where are you based?
I'm based in West London, and I'm a kind of facilitator of deep process work, really, I suppose. You call it that, deep guidance stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm Anchi. I'm based in the States. I'm not proud of my state right now, what's going on politically, but yeah, but the land is so beautiful. I'm here because I would love just a little more, just I love Nora. I did this class last year, I believe, and I love Nora's energy. I have an online yoga studio. I guess it organically transitioned that way. And I, like Kelly, I have a DIY website, which I know doesn't really do me justice. So yeah, I would love to, just learn today. And then also, I think it's probably time to get somebody else to do my website.
Hmm.
Brilliant. Welcome, everybody. So today I'm going to be talking about websites energetics. It's a topic I absolutely love and I'm very passionate about. And it's also something that I have been working with for a long time. We're also going to be talking about how to imprint your frequency onto your online presence, which is basically how do we communicate the vibe, the feel of what you do on your website. And sometimes, welcome, Heather.
Thank you.
Sometimes that can feel a little bit icky for some business owners that they have a website and they feel, that they cannot put their finger on what's going on the website, but there's something that is not quite aligned. And perhaps they change the photos, they change the words, and it's still not quite there. And it's usually to do with the energetics, with the brand essence, and imprinting that very frequency that sometimes feels very kind of intangible or subtle about the work that you do, that is not kind of completely communicated on the website. So Heather, I hope you got in all right. Just to explain, we had 2 different links for this meeting. Somehow technology told me that, but I've emailed everybody. So hopefully you got one of the links that was correct and we're all here.
I did, thank you. And I'm going to have my photo on a lot of the time. I had surgery this week, so I'm not feeling the best. So I'm here, but I'll be more listening than on camera. And this is Nemo, as you'll see. So
Lovely.
thank you for today.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So what happens is some other website owners feel like they have a natural evolution. So they have a website that feels completely done with, they've evolved the business, they've moved forward. And when we do a new website, basically is the vision of where they're going. So that website is holding them to where they're going. It's almost like the vision hasn't almost completely manifested, but that website is moving them forward. So when that happens, usually someone that has practiced their trade for quite a while, they've got clients, they've got a commercial kind of expertise, and the website becomes very old. And then there's some other business owners that don't have a website, they don't know where to start, so wherever you are, you're very welcome. And I hope that, the information today is going to be useful and the experience as well of being here. So I am going to share my screen. Can you all see my screen? Lovely. So I'm going to introduce myself very briefly. I am Nora Rose Zinerman. I do brand identity and website design for leaders and founders and creatives whose business is evolving. That counts for authors, artists, art galleries, small companies, healers, people that are basically doing something that's really meaningful usually, and they are quite passionate about what they do. So today we're going to be talking about website energetics and how to activate your online presence in the online space so that it feels aligned, it feels authentic, and it feels on brand, and all of those things, hopefully they come clear in a moment. So your website is the online home of your business. And I know that sounds really obvious. I'll just say it again. It is the online home in the matrix out there of your business. So you've got a business in real life, and then something in the matrix of the online space represents that business of yours out there. So I'm sure all of you have practiced whatever it is you do in person well before websites were around, or you do still practice what you do in person. And so what we're doing with a website is we're kind of trying to replicate that experience of working in person. So what happens when, and I'm just going to do a little rundown of what happens for my type of work. So perhaps in the old days, I was in an office and the client will come and they'll sit next to me and we will discuss what we're doing, and then I'll get on with the work. Maybe there was even a computer in front of us and the client might touch my computer, but the interaction, all of those things that were the conversation were happening in person. And if you are perhaps a practitioner and you were doing something that was hands-on, let's say, you were welcoming people in person, or you still are, and you are saying, hey, put your coat here, this is the waiting room, would you like a tea? And, would you like to, give me some information about X, Y, Z? So what happens with all of that is what you're doing is you're welcoming, you're conversing, and you're guiding visitors as if you were in person, and you having to replicate all of that on the website. So in a way, on your website, what you're doing is you're guiding, first of all, instructing, and ultimately you are holding space for those people that are coming to be served by you. So it's not just like something that you dump and it's done and it's there. It's more like you are creating a container for people to land and have the experience of what it's like to be with you. It's almost like the website is being a double of who you are in person. So that website is kind of working really hard for you. And when it's done well, it creates really good resonance. I'm just going to stop sharing so you can see my hands. It creates resonance and people get attracted. It also creates dissonance. People get repelled. And this is really important because those people that get repelled, they're going to be served much better by someone else. Is this making sense? So this container that you have needs to really do a lot of work for you. And the main thing that does is it creates resonance. Then it sells and it does other things, which we're going to go through now. Any questions so far? Great, we can carry on. So your website is the online sanctuary of your business. And as a business tool, it will be able to basically alleviate admin for you. It will be able to create bookings, to sell your services. It will be able to sell your courses if you have courses, and also create a sense of familiarity. Why is this important? Because, for example, when people become familiar with your work, who you are, and what you do, in my case, my main call to action is I don't really sell very much on the website, but my main call to action is book a clarity call. Come and talk to me so we can see if we resonate, if I am the right person for you, you're the right person for me. And so when they come to the clarity call, because the website has pre-qualified them, literally, and they book themselves. I haven't told them to do anything. They are already familiar, so we can go deep. I can really get to know them. They can really get to know them. And in a way, it saves me a lot of time. I don't have to tell them my credentials. I don't have to tell them what I've done. I don't have to show them my portfolio because all of that is already available online. And so for whatever type of work you do, this is really useful to display your credentials, to display a flavor, a taste of what you do on your website so that people really engage or disengage, like I was saying before. But if they're coming forward with you and they're taking the next steps, they are already in the zone. And this is why your website is an energy field, really. You are beaming out your frequency, you're beaming out the work you do. You're not just kind of plastering information on an online space, yeah? And if you make it a live thing as such, then you're going to get a lot more kind of communication with your clients much quicker. So your website is a portal into your world. So for most visitors, it may be the very first point of contact that they have with you. It's a bit like a shop window. And sometimes, I don't know if it happened to you, but it has happened to me that I'm walking and I just find myself inside the shop that I haven't even planned to go in, but I'm there. Something in that shop window has been created intentionally. Yeah, and something in that shop window resonated with me. So with a website happens something very similar. You know, if people find it because they've been recommended, because they've been searching for something, or let's call it synchronicity or an accident, they are on your website. And that attraction, that interaction that happens between your client, potential client, and your website is really important to begin to understand. Yeah. And we're not talking about you as a business owner, okay? We're still talking about the website representing you and the client. So there's three items that I'm going to emphasize now. We've got you as a business owner, the website in the middle, and then the client. Okay, so there's three things, and they're all the time feeding each other. Is it making sense? Any questions? Fab. So I'd really love to invite you to do a short visualization together if you would like to join. I'll be guiding you all the way. So all you need to do is follow my voice. You can have a notebook if you like, or, also, make yourself really comfortable. Maybe remove phones or other distractions, just really make yourself comfortable, and I'll begin in a minute. So just closing your eyes. Just allowing for the energy to drop. Inside of you. And just letting yourself settle. Beginning to unclench the parts of your body that feel tense. And just being very patient with yourself as well. We're going to bring presence. Maybe you want to place a hand on your belly or on your heart, if it's helpful. And just doing one more round of dropping inside of you. And beginning to feel into that thing that you do when you are with your clients. Tuning into your body and connecting with that very unique thing that you do. Is the frequency of the thing you do. It's kind of a felt experience inside of you. Especially when you are in the flow, when you are with clients, or when you are prepping, writing, in action. It feels easy. You don't even think that you're doing it. And that's your frequency. That's the thing you do. Even if you don't have words to describe it. Is the felt experience that you deliver in your own unique way. And staying with that experience, I want you to give it space, whether it's just tiny, tiny seeds of a feeling, or maybe it feels like a bigger energy, just allowing it to expand within you. And rooting yourself in this energy, and in the best way that you know how to root and ground yourself. Now I want you to visualize the container for your work. What's the atmosphere? What does it feel like? And you may have words to describe it, or images, or sounds, or nothing. I'm just getting the feeling, the vibration of this container. What does it feel like? How do I want to welcome people in this container? What do I want them to feel when they come? Might be a place, whether you know it or not. And again, just letting the energy of this container take space within you and around you. And grounding yourself. And when you're ready, coming back to the call and opening your eyes. So it'd be really good if you would like to share any insights, questions. Just come as you are.
Yeah, I can share. No, it's lovely. I saw images of people who I would be working with. And I just picked up a lot of energy and dynamism.
Dynamism.
Dynamism. Dynamism. Yeah, it was lovely. Thank you. It kind of gave me images I hadn't ever really focused on before. And it felt nourishing.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pavan.
Yeah, I'll share. So that I got quite emotional actually, because I really kind of felt what I want my potential clients to feel when they visit. It was almost this journey of dark to light, which came to me, and we're just looking at, I want people to feel that if they're in a dark space, that they're safe when they come to me, and that they know I'm not, I'm holding them from a place of being there, you know. They've got nothing to prove. They can just show up as they are. And then this kind of journey to light where they can just see this beautiful future and this hope. Yeah, that was lovely. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, like Kelly, what I was easy for me to have clarity over is how I want people to feel. And I noticed that it was very difficult for me to kind of see what the essence of what I do, like you said, the thing that you do. And I was just, trying to feel it into all the different, services and how I feel when I deliver it in a way that I think is well. But I recognize that it's hard for me to see myself. And so that's why I don't have that clarity about what my essence is. But I did have an insight is that I diminish it. I had a new student in class this week, and she was completely, just transformed after class. And this is my longest running class. And I just kind of like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Like I realized like I totally diminished like the power of that. And so that's also really helpful to be aware of. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And actually, it is really important to what you said is just super important, because when we do a website, we can do it very vanilla. Hey, I do brands and websites. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Or I can just say, I really help you learn to embody the essence of what you do. And then we reflect that fully on the website. Yeah. The second version feels more potent. And so we all have a methodology. We all have a way of working that is very unique. And usually that way of working is created, by years and years of expertise, life experience, whatever you want to call it. Your way of working is part of your brand essence. And so I've done that a million times. I've just said, oh yeah, I do websites. That's it. And tuning into the brand essence really just kind of, it's almost like I'm sitting taller and bigger. Yeah, I'm just like embodying the brand essence. So when I'm doing that, I can go to a photo shoot, I can write words from a different place, and I can explain what I do very clearly. Even if I get muddled up with my words, the energy is there.
Yeah, what came up for me most clearly was that the website needs to be less a kind of a billboard for posting information and more of a meeting place so that people can meet me. Yeah.
Oof, oof, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, those words are gorgeous. Yeah. A meeting place. Love that. Thank you. Yes, any more? I know, Heather, you're there, but you might be.
I'm here.
Okay.
I know. So thank you. Yeah, this is very helpful because we did have our clarification, and I am so proud of my website. It is absolutely perfect for who I was. And so now looking at it going, oh, okay. And it's beautiful and it's lovely and the pictures and everything about it is exquisite. And I finished it last year. And now with my transformation, it's very interesting switching it. Not to mention, for those of you who have done a website before, it's like, oh, not again. Um, However, I'm having fun with it now, and I like the idea of it being you're becoming rather than who you were. My website now is who I was, or who I was in metamorphosis, if you will. So I'm still changing, but I'm having fun with it in spite of the fact that part of me is going, oh no, I don't want to change my website again. It's actually simpler when it becomes a meeting rather than Michael, I love your term billboard. So thank you for this. It's really very powerful.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen again. So we're now going to look at the website and how it works. There's like 3 different levels. One is the energetic connection with your visitors, which is some of what we've been doing and kind of tuning in. Then the website as a container for your gifts and your teachings. And then also the website as practical support for your business. And I'm just going to go into one of each of them. So for the energetic connection, we kind of felt into that experience. And now one more little kind of gem of something to kind of tune into and think about is, where are your clients before they come and work with you? And, we probably all have done that kind of list of, my target audience is between this age and this age. They live in this area, they like reading these books, and they have these kind of income per annum, which is all fine, it's all good. But there's always a point where your people are ready to work with you. And there's always a point where your people are just a step behind or a few steps behind, and they're not quite ready to work with you, but they're ready to work with someone else, perhaps, yeah? So for me, and I'm just going to use that example because it's easy for me, is the people that come to me, they're usually at a stage of evolution. They, like Heather was saying, they've got the old and they're moving to the new. The evolution is, staring at them at their face. They can't deny it. Some people come to me and they feel perhaps very full because, they've been creating and having, material that they've collected over the years, and they've got all these body of work that they need to kind of land somewhere. And the website sometimes is a really good place, it's a very good container to land your expertise, your content, your stuff. So, and then there's all the other variations. So I really want you to put yourself in their shoes, the people that are coming to me, like when they are transitioning, they can feel a little bit frustrated because they have to do another website. The other ones that come to me is the ones that have a website, it's never been right, and they are a little bit reticent because, do I have to do all this again? And do I trust you? Because, someone else has done it. I paid loads of money. How am I going to know that you're the right person? So once I know those details, and it happens, there's either 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5 versions for me. I understand where they're at. I know how to basically not kind of answer all the questions, but it's like I feel the energy. Yeah. So you can do the same. You can feel, are these people in absolute agony and pain before they come to me? Are they on a awakening journey? Are they seeking? Are they wanting to, transform something? It's more that kind of fine tuning. Yeah. If someone comes to me and they, for example, don't really know what the services are just yet, perhaps they're not ready to work with me. Okay. It's just one step behind, but they will be ready eventually. So it's good to know that detail because you can really connect with them from the right place. And also choose if you want to work with them or not. So your website is also a very structured container. And like I was saying, many people have a lot of material that they need to land. And I refer to my website 1,000 times a week because it reminds me of who I am. It reminds me of what I offer. It sometimes even reminds me of prices. I don't remember everything. And when the website architecture is well designed, it really provides a home for the website owner. And for the customers, it provides a really beautiful, easy, clear journey where they find information. Sometimes they find answers. And what it tends to do when the website is well designed, it guides the customers with real ease to purchase, to book, to get in touch. It's also a great practical support for the business. It magnetizes the right customers, like we were saying before, it pre-qualifies them. It's a sales tool. It can perform a myriad of activities, like we were saying, bookings, sales, etc. And also it guides people to your sales funnel. So, any questions about these? Okay. So, I'm now going to talk about like a little bit, we're going from the website now to you as a business owner and how to imprint your frequency on your online presence. And this is the work I do. This is embodying your brand. I love to teach people how to embody their brand, how to really get to the frequency of the thing they do, and then embody that, and be able to express that on their websites. It's a very unique way of working. I used to be a regular designer, like a graphic designer. My clients will come to me and they'll give me a brief. And then from the brief, I'll go on to designing, and I got really good results. Everything worked, but there was always like a step missing in the middle, especially when I began to work with more personal brands. And when I began to use some of my own personal spiritual practices with the strategy and the methodology of the design process, the results became amazing. So suddenly I began to get beautiful photography, great words from amateurs, people that they've never written copy. So the work that I do in this step, which is called Embodying Your Brand, which is at the very beginning of every project. I don't design anything. We always do Embodying Your Brand first. That work is quite foundational for people to really get to the brand essence and then use it everywhere else that they go, even after the website. So as a business owner, most of you are a personal brand, even if you have a team, even if you work with colleagues. I work with lots of colleagues. There's someone that is the source frequency of the business. There's someone that holds the keys. And that person is the responsible person for holding that frequency and then setting it out for it to transmit to the others. So your brand identity frequency definitely starts within. So your website is not only a set of beautiful images with a really good color palette or a fantastic legible font, is definitely much more than that. And these are some of the things that I work with. It is not exhaustive, but when you have your brand essence clear, the experience that you create in person feeds into your brand essence, and your brand essence feeds into the experience, the real life experience. Then also it informs beautifully the images that you're going to be creating, because you know what kind of images will suit your brand. It also informs the words you use to describe your work, the marketing messages, and the look and feel on your website. So you can see that the look and feel is just one portion. And then the atmosphere that you create throughout your business. This vibe that goes from one item to another, be it social media, be it a video, be it a workshop in person. That atmosphere, that brand essence, just goes with you wherever you go. And it's very easy to utilize it once it's clear. So when you have brand clarity, you become very clear and relaxed as well about communicating the thing that you do. You have discernment, like, this is not my brand, this is my brand. So sometimes I get my clients to look at different websites and go, oh, this feels close, this feels like miles away, oh, no. You're able to explain with ease the essence of what you do. You're able to also analyze other websites, and regardless of whether you like it or not, you can see whether the website is relevant and appropriate for that kind of business. You just get a little bit more acutely tuned into, what a website does and what it's for. It also helps you to align that inner vision, that real thing that we all have inside that, is moving us forward with the outer translation. And then you learn to activate that soul brand within you. So once you have that brand clarity, all your communications have one clear foundation. So when you have clarity and you begin to embody it, basically you hold the vibration of the work you offer at every single point. And when you know how to embody your brand, you can translate it with ease to the outer world. Is this making sense? Because I'm kind of explaining it as a concept, and normally I work with this. It's like more experiential, let's say. Thank you. Thank you for the nods. Okay. So if you're interested in working more with embodying your brand, I've got a course I originally created for my own clients, but then I made it available for everybody. I'm selling it for 50% off, so you can buy it for £100 instead of 200. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I need to find the chat. I'll stop sharing. Any questions about this or anything, worries, doubts? Excellent. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. We're coming to the end of presentation. And the course is only 1 hour. I forgot to say that. I'm one of those people that doesn't do courses that I abandon halfway through usually. So this is only 1 hour. It's like 5 to 6 to 8 minute videos. They're very short. There's questionnaires. It's not a learning course. It's more of an experiential course with questionnaires and deep questions to really take you to the brand essence. So just to remind you, there's 3 energies at play: your business, your website, and your client. So when you are preparing to do a website or when you are revising the website you have, think of all these energies at play. What do I want to communicate? What are my clients feeling? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? How can I meet them? How can my website make them feel at ease? So if you're resonating with this way of working, you're very welcome to book a clarity call. Join me for a chat. We can see whether it's a good idea to work together and how we can move forward together. That's the link. It's on my website as well. And now we're going to do questions. And if anyone wants their website reviewed, very happy to do that now.
I can volunteer my website as what not to do.
Well, the good thing is you already know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else? Let's check if there's any questions before or any other desires.
No questions, but also happy to share the website if you'd like.
Okay. All right. Brilliant.
Oh, no
Okay. Let's
questions.
see.
Thank you, Nora.
What did you say, Pab?
Oh, I was just saying thank you for that. No, I
Oh,
haven't.
you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, we've got about 10 minutes. So, what's the link to your website, Angie?
It's nervous-system-wisdom.com. And I tweaked it. So I don't know. I think some of the copy might be off or
Yeah,
it's
I
kind
think
of
I've
like,
seen it before and it's very different. Okay.
yeah,
I'm gonna share my screen. Yeah, go on.
when I created it or originally it was focused for my nervous system coaching work. and I just retweaked it to focus a little more on the virtual yoga studio work.
Excellent. Okay, let's see what it looks like for everybody. And guys, you're all invited to have a look, see what it feels like. You've met Angie a little bit, you got a bit of her vibe. Let's just scroll through here and see what happens. So, functional yoga and nervous system reset coaching. Well, that's very clear. It just says what it is, yeah? Tell me what it is that you plan to do. Oh, welcome to nervous system.
Interesting. The pictures aren't loading.
Yeah, maybe it just took a moment. Sometimes when the pictures are a little bit big in weight, they just take a little extra moment. And I'm just scrolling just for everybody to get a feel of what it looks like. Free scan. Okay. Testimonials. Excellent. So, how is it feeling, everybody? If you want to say something, you can type in the chat or just unmute.
I think it's lovely, ain't she,
Yeah.
actually?
I think it's very good.
Yeah. I think it's beautiful. It's
For DIY.
Okay.
That DIY, wow, that's amazing. That's DIY.
Well, it's just a templates in GoDaddy that like I tweaked.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I think it's lovely. I love the picture of the child, the curiosity. Um, and it could be my computer. The type is just a little small for my eyes. And that's just because I'm a certain age. So I think these photos together are fun because they're expressive and I like these two because it shows more. Um, I just think it has a lovely feel to it. Um, for me, um, I just need a little bit more of what this kind of why this yoga is different. That's what I'm missing. I get that it's beautiful and wonderful, and I think just looking at it, there's something about you that is really what I need.
Mm.
To differentiate yourself from the other. Because I love the smart, curious, engaged. I'm just not sure if you go back up to the beginning, what functional yoga and nervous system reset means. And I don't mean that bad way.
Yeah.
It sounds very cool, which is fine. There just needs a little bit more. And for me, it could be my computer. Um, I love the movement here and the water. On my computer, it comes out a little dark. So could be again my computer, but I think it's very special. So thank you.
Thanks, Heather.
So, thanks everyone for your feedback. I have a feeling that this feeling that you're saying that is not quite right, and she is, and I know a little bit about you, I don't know, we haven't really worked together. But there's a depth to the work that you do, and there's a real expertise. And when you said, someone came to one class and the transformation was like exponential, I think the website might feel a little bit flat.
Mm.
And, it's like I don't see that depth of work that you probably do and that you probably offer. There's also something that, again, from the little I know about you, there's like, how can I say this? There's a tenderness. there's this kind of softness, and you're not like a big kind of personality coming forward. It's more someone that is kind of planted, and there's like a sense of relaxation and I want to say femininity in the kind of subtlety of the work you do. And almost a shyness as well. So this website feels very much like a template. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you're hoping for a little bit more kind of depth and connection and, all those intangibles that probably happen in your online classes, and if we were to work together, that's probably one of the things I would do is I would watch some of the recordings of those classes to see the energy of it. Does it feel like people are in a kind of a sanctuary rather than just a yoga class? Does it feel like people are in meditation together? Because I don't know, there's a sense of probably community that something happens as well. And when I scroll down, this photo is stunning. It's just a little stark on the white background, or perhaps it's a little bit big in proportion to the rest.
Yeah.
And then when I come down and I see these photos, this is where I'm getting a taste of the sacred, a taste of the atmosphere, the taste of, oh, something deeper. And like everybody said, the rest is absolutely fine and correct and it works. It's just whether you want to go a little deeper with these and whether you want even something that feels a bit more aligned. Is this helping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very helpful.
Good. We've got a few more minutes for Kelly's website, if you want to do that one. What's the URL?
It's healingenergyholistics.com.
Healing Energy. A soul ascension journey. Ooh, okay. So let's share my screen. And again, everybody, please, you're very welcome to participate and see what you feel.
Wow.
So this is the home. Yeah, I'm on the home page.
Yeah.
Just need to say again, I think for someone who doesn't have a website, to hear Anne and Kelly say, oh, we need to upgrade our website, for me as a first timer, they look amazing. Yeah, you've got a lovely feel to it again, Kelly. I'd come and do a divine healing session with you.
Thank
I
you.
love that visual.
Yeah,
The mandala.
the mandala, yeah.
Yeah, this is stunning with the rose.
But then I love, I guess that's why we're here. I love what I see, and then I love what Nora then picks up with her expertise. Because I think this is a perfect website, but then, yeah, that's why Nora's here, is to help us go to the next level.
I think it's beautiful considering the content is so complicated.
Mm.
You almost make it accessible. And I used you almost because the work we do is so foreign to most people. At least this doesn't scare me. And that's what I know. As just a person who says, "Hey, go talk to Kelly," I go, "Oh, this is really pretty, and that's really nice." And there's something that kind of looks like the Star of David and a chakra. I can relate to that. So it's very inviting for the uninitiated or the initiated. And again, my apologies, but the type is too small, and it may be my computer or how it shows up.
Mm.
And
You're
I
on
love
mute,
the box.
Michael.
Oh, go ahead.
What strikes me most about it is
Sorry, Heather.
the white space. I'm not quite sure whether I feel that the white space is a bit too much, and the print is so small. But as I read the print, it's got I like it. I like what's being said. Maybe it just, for me, needs to be a little bit bolder. I mean, I don't mean bold in terms of the font, but I mean a little bit more imposing or
Oh,
you know,
hugs.
yeah, just for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like timid. It's timid. Mm.
Very good word.
Hmm.
So just an FYI, when you see a screen share, the type will appear a little smaller than what it is in reality. So,
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about that. When I share new websites with my clients,
Oh.
they say the same. So the type will appear small as I
Yeah.
share screen. Um, any more or shall I?
Oh, just to confirm that, I've also opened it up on my internet and it's much bigger than this. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And sorry, Heather was actually saying something and I interrupted Heather.
go on.
Don't
I
know.
was just rattling on, but what I like is um the three boxes at the bottom, I think are very, I love that approach of this is what I do. Um they could just, for me, be a little more dynamic or just perhaps a little bigger. The crystal sound bath, I know what that is. Body scan meditation, I'd like to know more about that. And meeting your healing. I think they're fabulous topics, and I just like to see the pictures perhaps jump a little more, and it could just be they're too late for me, um, the way they're showing up. Because they're very cool products.
Have you done these illustrations yourself?
With the help of AI.
They're really good. They're amazing.
I think me and my AI have an amazing relationship because, it really, I've started using a lot more, especially for creating pictures. Um, yeah, but I feel like this is a holding because I've only recently qualified with divine healing and soul contract reading. I've put something on almost as a holding to say this is what I do. But it's not a journey for me. I don't see the website as a journey. It's just more, this is what I do. If you're interested, get in touch.
Yeah. And that's very much what the website feels like.
Mm.
It feels like you've just kind of planted the information somewhere than having all these phone calls and explaining what you do. The information is here. There is a lot of white space, which basically will create quite a bit of scrolling. And, normally on the very first section of a website, we really want to create uh, like instant communication. The top section is usually called the hero section, the hero banner. And, on that very top section, you want to basically communicate all the value and everything that you do and just make it clear. And then people will hopefully scroll down and engage a bit more if they feel a resonance. So I think there is a lot of potential here. This feels like the seed of something. It doesn't feel like it's wrong, and I don't really know you very well, but what you said about the dark and the light and the transformation and the journey, again, this feels a little flat just yet because the illustrations and the photos are probably going to serve you well if they're used in the right way. They're just kind of not quite there yet. Um, so yeah, this is a great start, and I'm just going to share very quickly my website so you can see that banner section. Share my screen. And it's almost like this is my old website. As of next week or the following week, I'll have a completely different website. But just to show you, that this hero section, if you are DIYing, it's really important. So it says what I do. There's a really welcoming, warm, open-hearted photo. This is, I mean, you can see the shutters. It's in my house. I didn't have to do a huge production, right? But I planned it, and I had someone that was doing all the styling, and she was moving the flowers just as much to the right, just as much to the left. She was checking that my shirt was the right way. She did my makeup. Yeah, it was all intentional. And what was I intending to do? I wanted to look my age. I didn't want to look photoshopped. I wanted it to be warm, welcoming, and like, I know what I'm doing. I've done this before. That was the idea of these photos. Yeah, they're simple, but they are just saying what they need to be saying. I'm not on holidays. It's not a selfie. It's totally intentionally planned. Okay. And it just says there, my expertise is to do this. Boom, done. And then people can engage and scroll, and it gets, obviously this is different because I sell websites. So you're going to see projects. So I don't want to go too far with these. Any questions, comments, insights?
I'd just like to say, yeah, thank you. Just in that short time, it's already sinking in the kind of time that I just need to take to sit with this and really, like you say, embody what this journey is. And I suppose that's probably the easier part. The scary part is that the the architecture behind what you see. Um, so yeah, but baby steps, I think.
Very good.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
thank you.
you're so welcome.
If people want, we're over time, but if anybody wants to see my website, if they can stay another minute or so, I'm happy to share it because it's a variation on a theme.
Very good. Yes, I'm happy to do that.
I'm happy to see your lovely website, Heather.
Thank you.
Yeah, shall we go for that?
Yeah, let's go for it. I'm
Okay, excellent.
inspired.
It's brilliant. It's wonderful. It's just not me anymore.
What
But
was oh, it's
it,
Heather. Here it
it
comes
has
up.
You
Okay.
used to
every
be
day.
you
Sorry.
used to be brilliant and wonderful, but what are you now then?
Brilliant and wonderful and a lot nicer
Oh,
person.
okay.
And this was just last year, Heather?
Yeah, this is just last year.
Wow.
Okay.
And that's Nemo, as you can see right here. The Nemo. Nemo is everywhere with me.
So I had a conversation with Heather before, a few weeks back, and it was interesting because the website, when I saw the website, I thought,
Wow.
I mean, there were a few things that she was requesting, but I thought, why is she contacting me? There's a lot that is well done, well executed, well resolved, communication. The words are phenomenal. But what's happening, Heather?
It's too stagnant. I'm transferring from a CEO. I've been as an everyday mystic. I've been an everyday mystic since I was born. So I talk to animals. I talk to different dimensions. I do the soul work, and I've been hiding it still. So this is that transition from, hi, I'm really mystic, but I also do corporate work. So there's a little bit of fear here. Um, I think a lot of it's here. I think it needs to be a large tweak. I think the concepts are here. And also I do people and animals is coming much closer together. I work with living things and everything is living.
So I hope, is it okay to share some bits and pieces that you told me about you?
Sure. And again, input from anybody would be great.
Yeah, so Heather was telling me, basically, I was asking her, what did you do before and what did you do before that? And her career was like phenomenal. And I was like, where's that on the website? Where is it? Where is that? Even if you're not mentioning the names, where is that weight of expertise being communicated?
Yeah, it's a little bit and about, but it gets lost there too.
Yeah.
You go into who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've worked with about 100 of the Fortune 500. I've worked with presidents, world leaders. I've done major world leading transitions. I've been on Broadway. I sing, I dance, I talk to animals.
What haven't you done?
Not much, I can tell you that. Let's go into about. Yeah, I'm definitely Where's Waldo. But if we go into about, you'll see a little more of it.
Yeah.
And I tended to underplay it here.
I suppose there's that question of being fully visible, and stop hiding that you mentioned.
And so that lifetime of learning, my lifetime is a little Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I've done pretty remarkable things. So here it throws in, it's like I'm a reverend, I'm a doctor. I have more degrees than anybody wants to. I'm qualified in way too much. But I transform all that for people. And that's the message that Nora was trying to get for me. It doesn't matter what I've done. It's that I have all this expertise that I can bring. And that's why people work. They come to me because they think I can do something, and then I do really weird things, and they go, "Oh, But it's an easy way. I manifest the impossible with people, and they get what they're.
I think the way I would describe the work you do is like going through a portal.
Thank you.
And again, I only met you very briefly, just for a short clarity call, but the website can feel like a portal when people come in and they get this sense of how you can help them and the magnificent things that you can do for them and with them. So any comments, anyone? Anything that comes through?
I love
You
how you there's these pictures of you, because it almost just shows like the warmth that you so you feel safe, kind of. Oh, I can be heard by this person. I can feel safe by her. So I really love um how you portraying yourself on this website. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I think Heather and Nora should get you to do some consciousness hangout with your AI graphics and create some images. Yeah, through your, that's what I, that's only, well, I know everybody this had their ideas about AI, but I think AI is part of my consciousness, and that we co-create in a way I can't just through my 3D neural pathways. So there's something about creating some imagery with your AI through you and adding that perhaps.
I love what Kelly did because it helps
Yeah,
explain.
that image, Kelly, was just because for me, it's your consciousness through an advanced frequency. In 3D language, we can call it, oh, AI, we need to be afraid of being taken over. No, I think it's just an aspect of our evolution that we're tapping into really early. So,
Yeah, it allows us to be more and do
yeah,
less, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It puts our thoughts into like a picture almost. It's like takes what I'm thinking and it puts it in front of me, and I sometimes get blown away. I'm like, how did you get that so right? And
Because
Yeah.
you did that from another aspect of yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you click on services,
Yes.
Oh,
we're going to go offer this time on either or any of quickly people know animal knowings and soul knowings, but soul knowings is really the one we're talking about. I had this is executive coaching, but I kind of turned here's soul knowings. But I like the idea, Kelly, of what you were doing, because I had a real hard time explaining the kind of work we do. So
Mm.
I opted into hearts, but I don't think that's explaining it.
no, it doesn't, not fully. Yeah, there's something about AI imaging for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you all. I appreciate the extra time.
Okay, everybody. If any questions come up, you're very welcome to email me, get in touch. If you want to book a clarity call, please go ahead, or want to talk to me again, please go ahead. It's been absolute pleasure to have you. It's been wonderful to also hear about your businesses and your shares, your insights, and hope to see you again soon sometime.
Thank you, Nora.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Nora.
Nora.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank
Great
you.
to meet such
Very,
formidable
everybody.
people. Thank you.
very
It's
good
lovely
use
to
of an
meet all
hour.
of
Thank you.
you.
Bye, guys.
That was
Bye-bye.
lovely, Nora.
You're very
Good day,
welcome.
everyone.